Hello my loves, welcome back to the channel. I'm Gigi. So today's video we are going to do just a super pretty old-fashioned sort of glamour set. I just wanted to play, really is what happened. I just wanted to play with some stuff, and I pulled out some stuff and I started playing around, and I was like, I'm glad I filmed this because I really like this set. So because sometimes I play and I don't film, right? Sometimes I play and film and throw away. There you go. That's the way it is. So two nails are going to be this gorgeous golden color, and that is what it's called, golden. All of the colors we're going to use today are by Vrenmol, and they're there. They are that line's painting gels. They call them painting gels. I'm actually a really big fan of potted gels. If you have some good brushes for applying, which these are actually pretty good. They're just the ones that come when you buy little kits and stuff of potted gels. Probably got them from Model Ones, something like that. Now on the golden nails, we're going to paint a little something on there, make it super cute. I'm sure you saw the thumbnail. So what we're going to do is just make some 3D gems of the cabochon variety, which just means that they're not faceted, they're just rounded, right, and polished. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to start with this Vrenmol polish. We have 3 colors that we're going to work with today because 3 of the nails are each going to have their own color, but the same treatment. And the 2 golden nails are both going to get one of these cabochons. I actually have been seeing a lot of make-it-yourself gems lately, and of course I got inspired, and that is why I wanted to do a little playing. There could have been some more intricacy done with what I did around the gems, and I'm going to endeavor to practice that quite a bit because I always want to get better at my line work. But we stuck to dots today because I had my grandson when I did this, and he requires more of my attention than the nails do. So there you go. I kept it simple and cute. I kept it cute, guys. Keeping it cute. So one thing as well that we did different with today's video, and I'm going to do a little poll on the community page, which they don't call it that anymore. That's posts. It's just called posts, which fine, whatever, I guess. I don't know. I don't love that. I just don't love that. Anyway, second coat on this nail right here. I'm going to do a little poll to see what you guys like, but today's video is not sped up. If you've watched a few of my videos or a lot of my videos or whatever, most of the time my videos are at double speed. And honestly, I'm struggling with the voiceover right now because as I'm watching the video, it feels so slow, because I'm used to watching it at double speed. And honestly, when I watch instructional videos, a lot of times I do like it at double speed depending on what they're doing, right? But that's my question. And you can let me know in the comment section. You can also answer when I do the poll, which I will probably do later today or tomorrow. Do you prefer real-time videos, or do you like sped up videos? Like this section here could probably be sped up, right? I'm not doing anything technically difficult, right? But I wanted today's video to just be at its normal speed. And another thing I don't always do is show every single nail. And today we are seeing every single nail. But that's also why today's video is 25 minutes instead of anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. So there it is. I'm not sure which is better. So anyway, let me stop yakking and tell you, I'm just pressing some flakies into the sticky layer on the purple color. And the mistake I made, I'm sure you can already tell me what that is, but the mistake I made with this one nail, excuse me, my body decided that was the moment for burping. So I'm sorry. Um, oh my goodness. Anyway, so I'm just doing it into the sticky layer of the gel polish, and that picks it up really, really nicely. Love, love the flakies. I need more flakies. I need a lot more colors of flakies. I only have actually 6 colors of flakies, but they're all so gorgeous. 2 of the ones I have are a little more fall toned or autumn toned. Than the ones I have right here, but we're just sticking them in there. And the 2 gems, I'm using my finger just to see if I like it better. I go back and forth between the tool and the finger. That sounded weird. Between using my finger and using the silicone tool on the nails, because I was just playing around. Like I said, I'm trying stuff. So back to the mistake I made. Here we go. Sorry about that. I didn't clean the sticky layer off on this before I put the flakies, and so some of the flakies got on the nail. I'm actually dragging a couple down, and I didn't realize it at first. So there's that. So I'm cleaning the sticky layer off of this one with acetone to make sure there's 0 sticky layer. And that's why I didn't get any stickies on that middle fingernail, but I did on the thumbnail. So what I'm doing on that nail that you just saw a top coat go on, that was a matte top coat, which you probably clocked anyway because it's got sort of a milky quality to it. Now the ring fingernail is going to be this real pretty extra light pink, sort of a baby pink, and we are of course going to do 2 coats on that. And then we are going to do the same pressing application with the flakies. You can also use a sponge to do this, but the reason I chose not to, there's 2 actually. The first one being, I don't really like to use the sponge because it feels like if the sponge isn't completely coated in the flakies, it sort of sucks up the sticky layer, and then maybe there's a spot where it doesn't stick. And we are doing a coat of, on this one specifically, I put down a layer of the flakies, then I'm going to do a base coat and come back and do a second layer because I just wasn't happy with how the flakies looked. And you're going to get varying results with the different colors and with different color backgrounds. So that's what this whole set was about, just playing with my toys, right? Just pulling out things that make me feel happy and playing with them. And honestly, this whole set did make me feel happy. So here we are, we're putting on that base coat, and then I'm going to pop that back in the lamp. And while that is curing, we are going to paint the pinky nail, and that's going to be a brighter pink. This pink is actually called Rose Red, which it does look more rose off camera. As I'm looking at it here on the edit, it looks more of a bright pink instead of a rose. And it does, in person, it looks much more rose. So now I'm just coming in with my finger again, because again, we're just playing. And I'm just burnishing that in, but I decided I didn't like it. I think I could, I did this yesterday morning. No, this actually I did Thursday night. And if I remember correctly, I didn't like how the sticky layer felt on the glove, and I felt like I just wanted to make sure I wasn't moving it horribly because I wanted a full opaque look of the flakies. There you go. I like that it's like a duochrome situation with the flakies. They're so pretty. So here we are with our second coat on that brighter pink color. Big fan of that pink. Super pretty. And that is the color we're going to do the second cabochon in. And you can do any shape you like with these. I just went with an oval shape, but you could do squares. You could probably do a cross shape, a heart shape, whatever, a rectangle. you could you could sculpt a nail on top of flakies and just do a full flaky nail situation. There's just so many options with the flakies. You can mix it into gel. You can rub it on so it's more like a chrome. You can pat it on with a press motion like we did, so you get more of the flakies showing up and they're not all smooshed together. The flakies are fun. The problem is they get everywhere. And somebody had given me a tip that I forgot to use, where you just put down a wet paper towel and they're attracted to it. I should have done that because I'll be wiping flakies off my nail station for the next week. But that's okay. They're worth it. They're beautiful. They're worth it. These are pretty too if you do like other things encapsulated with them, like shell pieces or glitter, whatever you've got handy, little metal bits. If you know, you know. Encapsulation is my favorite nail technique. I love jamming stuff in nails. I just think it's so cool. So there you are. You have so many options. You can even mix it into polygel. You could probably mix it into that 3D nail glue gem, whatever, that the stuff that you can, that everybody touches with their fingers. Guys, tell me your experience. Do you touch that 3D gel nail glue non-stick stuff with your fingers? As I always use gloves, right? And I don't want to get, I just don't want to get any kind of an allergy, right? I want to wear nails for a long time. So here we are finishing, or starting rather, to put the flakies on this nail. And as you can see, they're not sticking to the gold the way that they did on the thumbnail. They're there, but we're going to be able to wipe them away. So it's not that big of a deal. I had a lot of fun playing with this set. This would not be a set for anybody who likes any sort of texture on their nails. There's not texture so much, but those cabochons are very 3D, so which you will see shortly. But if you like an extremely smooth flat nail, this would not be the one for you. But if you like gems and you like bling and you love 3D embellishments, this set's going to be straight up your alley. And as you can see, I just with my finger, I was able to wipe all of that away from the gold. I think maybe there's a shimmer. See, there's a shimmer there I missed, but we're going to cover that up with another application, so it all works out in the end. And honestly, art is not to be perfect. Art is to play. Art is to enjoy. Art is to explore. And sometimes with exploration, just like Bob Ross says, it's all full of happy little accidents. So that's what all of this set was. Just a happy little accident. I had sort of an idea, and as I started, things morphed. This is where we're at right now. Everything is matte top coated. Although these are going to be full shiny, I just thought it would be easier to do my hand painting on a matte top coat. And so that's why we went that direction. You could definitely do, and we are going to, I also cleaned this up with acetone because we are going to do isolated chrome. So when you have an isolated chrome situation, you cannot leave any form of sticky layer on your nails. And this matte top coat is really thirsty for chrome. So my experience has been it really likes chrome. So you definitely want to clean it up. And alcohol isn't always enough, so I always clean the sticky layer with acetone. If I'm going to be doing isolated chrome, I just find it works better. There's my little helpful tip for that. Some people like to put like a juicy base coat and then buff it, but I feel like it's less work to just wipe it away with some acetone, and I move on with my day and get my art done just perfectly. So that's why I do it that way, because Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake here, and I'll tell you why. I'm kind of, a hoe for an easy tip. There you go. Um, so you didn't see me put the chrome on that black because I had to walk away from the table for a moment to do something for my grandson. And I don't even remember what it was. And when I got up to do that, I paused the camera because I knew I was going to be gone a few minutes. And when I came back, I forgot to unpause it. So that's why you didn't see that chrome. But you will be seeing all the rest of the chrome applications. So I know you're going to forgive me for that. And I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just doing some data cure going around this. It's just a data cure situation. I'm a big fan of dots. I really like them a lot. I should probably do more dots. Let me know, are you a fan of dots in the comment section? So while that's curing, we're going to come in and start our black on the other cabochon nail. And it's exactly the same thing. This is another question. If there's repetitive work in a set, do you want to see that when you watch a video, or do you like it when the artist skips that for you? That's again a personal choice. I don't always I probably, if I was doing a sped up version of this, I would not have shown both of the cabochons, and I probably would have only shown one of the other nails. But I really want to, I don't know. I've been trying to pay more attention to my analytics, which is an exercise in a headache. But I want to give what you want to receive. I want to give my art. I want to give the joy that I get from doing nails with you. But I also want to give it to you in a way that you want to see it. So I'm just decided it's time to try some different techniques in editing. And it's time to just try some different approaches with my videos so that I can bring something more entertaining to you, right? When you're watching my stuff. So if I'm hitting the mark, let me know. If I'm not hitting the mark, let me know, because I'm not going to get better if nobody tells me I'm doing it wrong, right? There you go. And maybe not wrong, just maybe not exactly right. Right? There's some gray area there. There you go. So we're just finishing up this outline of the pink, which, oh, I also didn't mention, do you see that brush? That's new. I got a 5-pack from this deal on the group I'm in Facebook, and they're so nice. They go from that really, really tiny one up to a real long one that you're going to see here in a minute. And then, of course, it's 5-pack, so there's 3 different sizes in between those. And they're nice. They're, I don't know, they feel good and stiff, but not too stiff, if that makes sense. And they also just, they hold the polish real well, but if you're trying to wipe it off and get a real point, it does that for you as well. So I just like them. I feel like I'm going to be using them a lot to perfect more, not never all the way, I'm sure, but to do a better job. I just wanted to leave that cleanup portion in just so that you see, if you have a tiny enough brush, you can clean up anything. I am the queen of cleanups. So if you're concerned that you won't be able to clean something up, you probably will. Just give yourself a deep breath and let it out slowly as you get super close to whatever it is you're cleaning up next to. And see, there we go. Now I'm going to pop that in the lamp. We're going to do this one. And then I'm going to put its dots on. And then we've just got a little bit of a montage of what I'm going to do on the last 3 nails. Because to me, if you think of like, not the color, because everybody back then was super into green, and I think it's the Victorian age, where everybody had that wallpaper that made you sick because it had like arsenic in it or something. Don't quote me on that, guys. Look it up for yourself. But a lot of times the wallpaper would have stripes, right? And different textures and whatnot. And the other three nails give me that sort of wallpapery vibe. You could totally say that this set is a Grandmacore set. That's what we're going to call it. Old-fashioned Grandmacore nails. There you go. I love it. I'm a grandma, so there you go. I'm the perfect one to say it's Grandmacore because I'm a grandma. So now I'm going to go ahead and top coat the entire cabochon nail, but that is not the last technique we're using on this one. We're coming in with some builder gel, guys, but I want to make sure that I had the top coat down on the base before I got started on that, because of course we don't want to lose our chrome. And if I put down a base coat before I do the cabochon, I'm going to lose any texture I have in the dots, and I want there to be a tiny bit of texture with the dots as well. So I just did a very thin coat of top coat, no base coat. But if you don't want any texture, use that base coat first. Now we're going to come in, and with that same style of brush that I was using for the gel paints, I'm going to come in and just lay down a slip layer, but only on the gemstone portion of the nail, being really careful not to get on the silver part. I thought about doing the silver part gold, and I did actually start one like that, but the gold was exactly the same as the gold in the nail polish, so it wasn't reading, right? So I decided silver it is, and I like silver and gold together, so I'm not opposed to doing that. So I'm just picking up some builder gel and using that slip layer to grab the gel, because gel likes gel. I'm just swirling it in a circle around inside of our cabochon area, making sure everything is touching where it needs to, but not where it doesn't. Making sure everything's nice and rounded and nice and raised up and beautiful. And you can hold this upside down as well to let gravity, what? Gravity? Anyway, to let gravity grab a hold of it and help you to make that rounded situation. And then as soon as you flip it over, pop it right in the lamp. And that is going to be repeated right here with the pink. Grabbing up my dollop, with a little extra string, a little string for fun. That's why we wear gloves, guys, because I'm a messy nail artist. There you go. It's hard not to be messy with gels. I'm sorry, with my messy girls, please hit me in the comment section. Give a shout out. All my messy girls, where you at? Here we go. I'm just going to... Jacob, please don't be growling and barking right now. Hey. He likes to let me know when somebody's outside for sure. And now, of course, I am going to come in and top coat our cabochon gem, because we want it extra shiny, because if it's not extra shiny, how are you going to see the beauty inside? Like right now, it looks kind of blue, but then you see it in that green color. Then you see it in the purple color. And this one is very pink, but also very silver. I love the flakies. Now on the other nails, we're going to come in and do that treatment that I said made it look like wallpaper to me. And that's just going to be stripes of top coat. And that's why we put down a matte top coat, so we would have matte and shiny stripes. This is completely optional. You could do all shiny. And it would be a shame not to at least have some shiny here, because that's how the flakies really pop, is when they shine. But I also like the look of them when they're matte. Look at that. Look how pretty it is. Shiny matte, shiny matte. It's like the prettiest wallpaper that you ever had, like in your study or your dressing room, or I don't know, even a dining room. Look at that. Especially on that green one. But here we are, guys. This is our finished set. I hope you like them as much as I do. I think they came out super cute. Super old-fashioned, super Grandmacore. I think the cabochon on the middle finger's a tiny bit bigger, but I'm not mad at it. Everything is just the way it's supposed to be. Guys, thank you so much for spending time with me today. Let me know what you think of today's video in the comment section below. Don't forget to click all of those buttons because, believe it or not, it really does help the channel. And I am going to see you in the very next video. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. Mwah! Bye-bye.